Hi, my name is Martavia Richardson, and this is my final research proposal presentation. My target audience is middle-aged adults. We will be conducting a study that focuses on how physical activity affects mental health in middle-aged adults. As we get into the literature review and theory, we talk about how exercise may alleviate depression symptoms. We are using standardized mental health assessment tools. So as we get into the literature review and our target theory, so as we know, regular physical activity has been shown to significantly improve both physical health and psychological health and well-being in middle-aged adults. Studies indicate exercise reduces symptoms of anxiety and depression while enhancing cardiovascular health and cognitive function. The health belief model, also known as the HBM, serves as a useful theoretical framework, suggesting individuals are more likely to engage in health promoting behaviors like exercise when they are perceived clear benefits and reduced barriers. This model, this model helps explain motivation for lifestyle changes among middle-aged adults aiming to improve long-term health and mood, right? So we're going to consider some, our physical, emotional, and social dimensions. Exercise increases serotonin and endorphins linked to mood regulation. So basically, we're going to talk about some things called, have anybody heard of the runner's high? So most runners are gym rats. They get this type of release of serotonin and endorphins, right? You may come out the gym feeling completely better than you was feeling when you walked in, right? It gives you that confidence boost sometimes. It gives you that boost to make you feel good. So within this slide, we'll be discussing behavioral theories. Behavioral activation will be the first one. Routine behaviors can reduce symptoms of depressions. It also means that exercise promotes a consistent release of emotional benefits. So when we get into the method and data collection, the design is experimental with an exercise and a control group. The sample is 100 adults, middle age from 45 to 65. I will gather these adults from clinics, local communities, or local gyms, Planet Fitness, LA Fitness, um, anything within that vicinity that basically I can see as a way to exercise for middle-aged adults. So I'll be discussing the measurement and process used within the study. For anxiety, I use the GAD-7 scale. For depression, I use the PHQ-9 scale. This is a 12-week structured activity program for exercise group. And for the control group, I would want them to exercise typically how they normally would do with no monitor or no one telling them, hey, you should go to the gym today. Basically no motivation, no bird's eye view. So we're gonna go to the hypothetical findings or overview within the study. So the exercise group will typically show a notable decrease in symptoms of anxiety or depression. The control group had minimal to no improvement. So the PHQ-9 score dropped by 5 points from the exercise group. The GA7 score dropped by 4 points. The control group changes only by 1 point. So as you can see, the more consistent you are and the more structure you have and routine within your exercise regimen, you will see more improvement in your mental health. So as a researcher, how did I interpret those findings? I interpret those findings as it supporting the main hypothesis conducted within the study. It also aligns with past studies and, studies conducted by previous researchers before me. It also supports the theory that activity may improve mood in middle-aged adults. If I was to conduct the study again or future research, I would examine long-term mental health outcomes. I will also include diverse participants and backgrounds. The study would basically monitor different activity types and durations. So what type of exercise these individuals are going out and doing, how long these individuals are doing it, and the frequency these individuals are basically putting themselves into a, gym environment. In conclusion, exercise is a promising tool to support mental health. It's accessible, it's low cost for anxiety and depression, and it supports a holistic and a preventative care, right? So a lot of individuals that do not support the whole, oh, go to the doctor, or maybe they'll find something to make you feel better type of thing. Maybe you haven't found a sport that you like. Maybe you haven't found something in the gym that kind of makes you forget about things that you shouldn't be thinking about, you know? And here is a reference page that kind of frames where I kind of pulled my information from to conduct a successful final presentation. Thank you guys.